the following day, I had a small airplane at the time, and so my wife and Herbert and we climbed in the airplane, and we flew over to Los Angeles. And then the following day after that, they'd set up a time for us to meet Master, which was going to be in the late afternoon. So, and I was getting kind of nervous about this because, Master said that he wanted to see me, and I was so excited about this, and I had some fantastic notion of what a master was, and it was more important to me to meet somebody like that than, the President of the United States. And I thought, well, he's going to find out all my secrets, all the bad things I did in my life, and the whole record was just going through my mind about that time. And so then they put me in this little chapel in Mount Washington, and I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and then all these thoughts started to come up again, and I thought, well, now he certainly doesn't want to see me at all. They've decided not to see me. And just about the time when I was about to give up, the door opened up, and somebody said, "Mr. Raymer, Master will see you now." And my heart really, really started to beat. And I'll never forget walking up those 3 flights of stairs in Mount Washington to the 3rd floor where Master was staying. And I was getting more nervous as I started to climb up the stairs. This is such a big moment for me. And we got to the door, and they knocked on the door, and Master opened the door, and he just held out his arms like that, and he drew me in and gave me a big hug. And I just really literally felt, that I'd come home. And I had never felt such an energy before as I felt when I got into his presence. I mean, the love to me, and it still is, it was just overpowering. I mean, you just can't imagine coming from off the street from a business world and coming into that kind of a vibration in an environment like it was. It was so incredibly beautiful, and I felt, well, I've known this person all my life. It seemed like I'd known him forever. It was so incredible. And then we sat down, and Herbert was with us at the time, the minister. He had come over with us. And he started telling me all kinds of things about my life that I'd even forgotten about. I thought, my gosh, how does he know about all this? And he started telling me some tremendous things. And then as we were talking, and he was doing most of the talking, I was just sitting there looking at him. And then they brought in some tea, and they brought in these little baklavas, honey cakes. And then he as we were having tea, well, he'd break one off, and then he'd put it in my mouth. And this is what really sold me on Master. I mean, when I did that, I mean, that was the end right there. I mean, I had no more resistance left. And so then I said, Master, I got up the courage to ask him some questions. And I said, Master, I've been trying to meditate, and what I've been doing, I said, I can hardly sit there, and I'd even write notes to myself that I hereby swear that I'm going to spend at least 10 minutes a day trying to meditate. And I said, I go along for a week or so, and then something happens, and I can't do it anymore. And I said, Master, I really need to know how to do this Kriya Yoga. And then the first thing he did was to change the subject. And he'd go on talking, and I could hardly understand anything he said because he had sort of an Indian accent, but I could understand a lot of it. And so then I asked him again, and again he started to change the subject. And he acted a little bit irritated with me, the fact that I just asked him like that. And so he talked some more, and then I got up my courage and I asked him a third time, Master, can I have this? Can I learn how to do this Kriya Yoga technique? And he said, all right. He said, tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, you get the Kriya. And boy, was I ever excited. I mean, I just can't tell you how. I mean, something really happened to me at that point that really got me excited. And so, before I left, he sat me down. He was sitting in a big chair, and I was sitting opposite him. And he made me get down on my knees, and he held my hand. And then he started to repeat the names of the masters. Oh, Heavenly Father, Jesus, Babaji, and Lahiri Mahasha, Sri Yukteswarji, and so forth. And he just kept doing that over and over and over and over. I thought he was going to, I never thought he was going to stop. He probably did it for about 5 minutes. And as he was doing that, I would really feel this energy. It was a strange energy, and I didn't understand it because, this was my first experience with anything like this. So, anyway, that's that. And then we parted, and then the next morning, at 10 o'clock, I received the Kriya initiation, and it was at the Hollywood church that we did it. So. We went back to the hotel, and I'd heard that, yogis are supposed to face east when they meditate. So I went to a lot of trouble to figure out which way is east, and then I put a blanket over the chair because I had heard that you have to be isolated from the earth currents to be able to properly meditate. And finally I got situated on that chair, and I faced the east, and I got my spine straight, like they teach you in the books, and I started to practice this Kriya Yoga technique. And as I was doing this, all of a sudden I felt something just break loose at the base of my spine, and this energy just started to come up. It felt like a snake coming up to my spine and hit my forehead, and everything just opened up. It was just like seeing that light up there. And what happened is I fell off the chair, and I started crying and laughing and so forth, and I thought, oh my God, this is what I've been seeking. This is what I've been looking for. How stupid of me to think that I could find it in a teaching or in a book or from another person. I mean, it's right here.